December 7, 2014, from Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego, California, was Sunday Night Football between the New England Patriots and the San Diego Chargers. The Patriots won the toss. They elected to defer, so the Chargers would get the ball first. They start off on their own 20, but after 7 plays, they would end up punting it to the Patriots from their own 47. So now the Patriots would take over on their 7-yard line, backed up against their own end zone with about 11 minutes left on the clock in the first. They ended up being faced with a 3rd and 12 from their own 5-yard line, and Tom Brady went to Julian Edelman and hit him for a 19-yard reception that made a first down on the New England 24 for the Patriots. Then on 2nd and 7 from the 27, Tom Brady went to LeGarrette Blount for an 11-yard reception that made a first down on the 38. LeGarrette Blount then ran for 11 yards to make it a first down at midfield on the New England 49, and then Blount ran for 6 yards, and an illegal use of hands penalty against the Chargers would make it a first down for the Patriots in San Diego territory at the 40. They would then be faced with a 3rd and 1, and Blount would run for 9 yards and make it a first down on the San Diego 22. Then on 3rd and 1 from the 13, Blount ran for 3 yards and a first down that made it 1st and goal on the 10. Blount then ran for 9 yards, and it was 2nd and goal from the 1. They would end up being forced to actually go for a field goal. It was actually crazy. On 4th and 8, Gostkowski went for a 26-yard field goal. It was blocked, and Brandon Flowers picked it up and ran it back 80 yards for the touchdown, but there was an offsides penalty against the Chargers, and so the touchdown was taken off the scoreboard, and so the Patriots would get another shot at a field goal, this one from 22 yards out. It was up, it was good, and Gostkowski put the Patriots on the scoreboard first with the score: New England 3, San Diego 0. So now the Chargers get the ball with about 3 minutes left in the first. They had it on their own 20. They ended up picking up a couple of first downs. They're then faced with a 3rd and 9 at the 50, and Phillip Rivers went to Green. He picked up 11 yards in the first down that brought the ball into New England territory for a first down on the 39. Brandon Oliver then ran for 4 yards, and the first quarter came to a close, and after 1 quarter of play, the score was New England 3, San Diego 0. So now the Chargers start off the second quarter with 2nd and 6 on the New England 35. Ryan Matthews ran for 17 yards and a first down in the red zone on the New England 18. They were then faced with a 3rd and 7 on the 15, and Phillip Rivers out of the shotgun found Malcom Floyd, for a 15-yard touchdown pass, and that made it 7-0, or 7-3 Chargers, as the Chargers took the lead for the first time in this game. And so now the Patriots would get the ball on their own 25 after the kickoff with about 13 and a half minutes left before halftime. They picked up a first down when Brady hit Brandon LaFell for a 19-yard pass that brought the ball to the 44. They were then faced with a 3rd and 3 from the San Diego 49, and Tom Brady went back to LaFell this time for a 2-yard pass, but he was blown up by a die. Stuckey recovered, and he ran it back 53 yards for the touchdown, and the Chargers extended their lead to 11 with the score now San Diego 14, New England 3. So now the Patriots took over with 11 minutes left before halftime. They headed on their own 26. They were faced with 2nd and 2 from the 34, and Brady went to Gronkowski for a 35-yard pass that brought the ball across midfield into the San Diego 31 for the first down. Then on 2nd and 10 from the 31, Brady went to Gronk, but it was a defensive holding penalty, and so now it's first down on the 26 for the Patriots. Then on 2nd and 10 from the 26, Brady went to LaFell. He picked up 11 yards in the first down in the red zone on the San Diego 15. Then on 3rd and 6 from the 11, Brady went to Edelman. He picked up 7 yards in the first down that made it 1st and goal on the 4, but they wouldn't get any further, and out would come Gostkowski to attempt a 22-yard field goal. It was up, it was good, and the score was now 14-6. San Diego over New England as the Patriots cut the Chargers' lead to 8 with Gostkowski's 2nd field goal of the game. So now the Chargers took over with about 7.5 minutes left in the second quarter. They had it on their own 20. They would go 3 and out, and when they went to punt the ball, it was blocked by Bolden. So Bolden with a big block for the Patriots, and the punter for the San Diego Chargers, Schifries, he was injured on the play, and he left the game. So the Chargers would have to play the rest of the game without a punter, as Novak would have to take over the punting duties for San Diego. So now the Patriots get the ball with about 5.5 minutes left before halftime. They head on the San Diego 25 to begin their possession. They're faced with a 3rd and 3 from the 18, and Tom Brady picked up 4 yards on a scramble. So now it's first down in the red zone for the Patriots on the San Diego 14, and Tom Brady found Gronkowski for the touchdown. And the Patriots were now within 1 with the score San Diego 14, New England 13. So now the Chargers would take over with about 3.5 minutes left before halftime with the ball on the 17. Phillip Rivers went to Floyd. He picked up 11 in the first down that brought the ball to the 28. But then a holding penalty brought them back to the 18. And then Phillip Rivers was sacked for a 9-yard loss by Collins, and it would now be 2nd and 29 from the 9. Ryan Matthews then ran for 10 yards, and a tripping penalty against the New England Patriots would make it a first down for the Chargers. So it's now first down for the Chargers, and that brought us to the 2-minute warning. And coming out of the 2-minute warning, they added on the 29. They ended up being faced with a 2nd and 10, and Rivers went to Brown. He picked up 5, but after an incomplete pass out would come Nick Novak, who had taken over the punting duties for the Chargers, and he would punt the ball from the 34. New England would get it now on their own 39 with about a minute and a half left before halftime. They did bring the ball into San Diego territory. They had a first down in the red zone on the San Diego 18. An incomplete pass brought up 2nd down, and Tom Brady dropped back, and he was intercepted by Manti Te'o. As Manti Te'o came up with a huge interception right there as Brady was looking for Gronk in the end zone. But instead of a touchdown, it was now the Chargers' ball. Phillip Rivers took a knee in this game, went to halftime. So the Chargers held on to the lead as the Patriots looked like they were going to get a field goal at least, or maybe even a touchdown right before the end of the half, but big play by Manti Te'o, and so at halftime the score was San Diego 14, New England 13. So now coming out of the locker rooms at halftime to begin the second half, the Patriots would get the ball first. They started off on their own 19, but they would go 3 and out and punt the ball from the 27. So now the Chargers get the ball with a little less than 13 minutes on the clock in the third. They had it on their own 13, and they would end up punting the ball, going 3 and out as well. They punted it from the 19 as Novak was in there punting. So now the Patriots would get the ball back, and they would go 3 and out for the second consecutive possession and punt it from the San Diego 48 to the Chargers, who now had the ball on their own 10 with about 10.5 minutes left in the third. But they would go 3 and out for their second consecutive possession, as we had only seen 3 and outs for the first 4 possessions of the second half between these two teams. So now the Patriots would take over with a little less than 8.5 minutes left in the third. They had it on their own 44, and they went 3 and out for their third consecutive possession and the 5th consecutive possession of the second half as they punted it from the 40. It was all defense starting out the second half. So now the Chargers took over with less than 7 minutes left in the third. They had it on their own 33. And on first down, Phillip Rivers dropped back, and he was intercepted by McCourty, and McCourty ran it back 56 yards for the touchdown of the pick 6. But wait a minute, there was unnecessary roughness against the Patriots, so instead of the interception, it would end up being a first down for the Chargers on the 48 at midfield. So now they'd be faced with a 3rd and 12 from the 46, and Rivers went to Royal. He picked up 22 yards in the first down that brought the ball across midfield and to the New England 32. But then after a penalty against the offense for pass interference made it 1st and 20 from the 42 in New England for the Chargers, Phillip Rivers out of the shotgun was intercepted by Ayers, and Ayers gave the Patriots the ball right back as they now had it on their own 30 with less than 5 minutes left in the third, and they would go 3 and out for a 4th consecutive possession. So the Patriots just kept going 3 and out as they couldn't get any first downs here in the third quarter. And so now the Chargers would take over on their own 10 with about 3 minutes left in the third. They actually picked up a first down, but after 5 plays, they would punt from the 40, their own 40. So now the New England Patriots would get the ball on their own 25 with less than a minute left in the third. Brady went to Gronk. He picked up 9 yards. And on the final play of the third quarter, the Patriots get their first down of the third quarter when Brady went to Gronkowski for a 9-yard pass that brought the ball to the New England 43 as the third quarter came to a close. So after 3 quarters of play, the score was San Diego 14, New England 13. So now the Patriots to start off the fourth quarter with the ball on their own 43. They were then faced with a 2nd and 6 from the 47. Brady went to LaFell for a 9-yard pass and a first down at the 44 of San Diego for the Patriots. So now Brady went to Gronk. There was no game, but there was a holding call against the Chargers, and it was now a first down on the 39 for New England. Then on 2nd and 12 from the 41, Tom Brady went to Julian Edelman for a 14-yard pass and the first down at the 27. Their drive would end up stalling, though, on the 20. And on 4th down, out would come the field goal unit as Stephen Gostkowski attempted a 38-yard field goal. It was up and it was good as the New England Patriots took the lead for the first time since going up 3-0 early in the game. So now the Patriots were up with the score, New England 16, San Diego 14. So now the Chargers get the ball trailing by 2 points with 10.5 minutes left on the clock in the fourth. They had it on their own 13-yard line, but they would go 3 and out. And they punted it right back to New England, who now had the ball with less than 9 minutes on the clock. It was a first down on the 31, and on the first play of their possession, Tom Brady hit Julian Edelman, and Edelman took it 69 yards all the way to the house for the touchdown to extend the Patriots' lead to 9 points with the score New England 23, San Diego 14. So now the Chargers get the ball trailing by 9 with a little less than 9 minutes on the clock. They had it on their own 20. They picked up a first down when Rivers hit Brown, and he took it 24 yards to the 44 for the first down for San Diego. But they wouldn't get another first down. It was on 2nd and 10. Rivers was sacked by Jones and Selega. So then it was now Nick Novak who would come out to punt the ball a couple plays later, and the Patriots would take over on their own 12-yard line with a little over 6 minutes left on the clock. They're then faced with a 3rd and 2 from the 20, and Brady scrambled for the 5 yards and the first down that brought the ball to the 25. Then on 2nd and 12 from the 23, there was a penalty against the defense that made a first down on the 28. And LeGarrette Blount then ran for 23 yards, his longest run of the evening. And that made a first down in San Diego territory at the 49. The Patriots would end up punting, though, from the 44, but not after eating up 4 minutes plus of game clock. So now the Chargers would get the ball with just over 2 minutes left. They had it on their own 20. We would go to the 2-minute warning after an incomplete pass, and then Rivers found Royal for an 8-yard pass. It was now 3rd and 2 from the 28 with just under 2 minutes. Rivers went to Brown, and he lost 3 yards. So now it's 4th and 5 on the San Diego 25 with less than a minute and a half left in this game. Trailing by 9 points, the Chargers had to go for it. Phillip Rivers then went to Antonio Gates. They're the most prolific quarterback to tight end connection in terms of touchdowns, and actually Brady and Gronkowski are second on that list. But as for this pass right here, Gates picked up 4. They needed 5. It was as close as it could be, as Wilson was right there to make the huge tackle in the stop that turned the ball over on downs and put the nails in the coffin for the Patriots, as all that was left to do was for Tom Brady to take 2 knees as the New England Patriots win in prime time on Sunday Night Football in front of a nationwide audience with the final score, New England 23, San Diego 14. And with the victory, the Patriots are 10-3 on the season. They're 4-3 on the road. The Chargers are 8-5 on the season, 5-2 at home. And the Patriots keep pace. They keep the number 1 seed with the win. Earlier in the day, the Broncos in the 4 o'clock game, they won, and that made them the first team in the AFC to technically reach 10 wins. The Patriots now reach 10 wins as well. They beat the Broncos, though, and they have the tiebreaker, and that's why they have the number 1 seed. And the Patriots remain, of course, in first place by a wide margin over Buffalo in the AFC East, and the Chargers are now 2 games back of the Broncos in the AFC West, with just 3 games left to play. So the Patriots did the Broncos somewhat of a favor there, I guess you could say. But in this game, Tom Brady was 28 for 44 with 317 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He had 7 yards rushing off of 4 carries. Phillip Rivers was 20 for 33 with 189 yards passing, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. He had 8 yards off of 3 carries. The game's leading rusher was LeGarrette Blount. He had 20 carries for 66 yards. The leading rusher for San Diego was Ryan Matthews with 11 carries for 44 yards. And Blount had 11 yards receiving off of 2 receptions. Matthews had 1 reception for 4 yards. The leading receiver in this game was Julian Edelman with 8 receptions for 141 yards and a touchdown. Rob Gronkowski also had 8 receptions for 87 yards and a touchdown as well. LaFell had 4 receptions for 41 yards, and Vereen had 3 receptions for 30 yards. He also had 1 carry for 1 yard. And for San Diego, their leading receiver was Malcom Floyd with 3 receptions for 54 yards and a touchdown. Donald Brown actually had 5 receptions for 49 yards as well. He did not rush the ball once. Gates had 5 receptions for 34 yards, and Royal had 2 receptions for 30 yards. And on defense, the game's leading tackler was actually a tie. Each team had a tackler with 9 tackles. For the Patriots, Jamie Collins had 9 tackles and 2 sacks. 3 tackles for losses. And over on the Chargers side, it was Cavell Connor who had 9 tackles. And for the Patriots, they had 4 sacks. As we said, Collins had 2, Ninkovich had 1, and Jones and Saliga had combined for a half sack each to combine for a sack. And the Chargers, they had 1 sack. That lone sack was Ingram. And Manti Te'o had the Chargers' only interception. Ayers had the Patriots' only interception on defense. And the Patriots come from behind. They were trailing by 1. But they end up winning this game by scoring. Let's see here. They scored 20 unanswered points as they were down 14-3. And then they scored 10 points to close it within 1 in the second quarter, right before halftime. Of course, they almost even went ahead before halftime. No one scored in the third. The Patriots didn't even get a first down in the third quarter until the final play of the third quarter. But in the fourth quarter, it was all New England as they continued to score 20 unanswered points. They scored 10 in the fourth, and that stretched back to 20 unanswered all the way back to midway through the second. Is the defense of the Patriots shut the Chargers out from. They scored that touchdown with 11 minutes left in the first half, and they didn't score another point for the rest of the game, so they shut them out for the final 40-plus minutes of this game. What a defensive performance by the Patriots to shut down Phillip Rivers and the Chargers. And the Patriots come up clutch as Tom Brady comes from behind to lead them to the fourth quarter victory. And the final score, New England 23, San Diego 14.